Activity drives results. Welcome to day 7. You are on the cusp of finishing your first week as an AV Gladiator. Hope it's been powerful. I know it's done you well, and you've had tons of learning. We'll be getting into day 8 tomorrow. But first, what we want to look at is the quote calculator. So this powerful resource allows you to help your LSPs know exactly what they have to do in the way of activity. We spoke before about what we have to do to grow, but in order to hit those numbers, they don't just happen. The activity is what drives those results. So what we want to do is become proficient in forecasting exactly what we need to do. All right, so keep in mind, this is to figure out what exactly your LSPs need to do either in premium or in items in order to hit a certain number. So you can do it as an office, you can do it as individually. What we're asking to have done here for day 7 is first become familiar with the quote calculator, then meet with each of your staff to show them the quote calculator, and then get them engaged by asking them what they can write. Ask them, how many items are you going to be able to write next month? They'll give you a number, and you take that number and you figure out what they need to do. Show them, right? If they want to write 50 items, let's say 60. We're going to do 60 items. Your average item premium for your area is 600. They close at 18%. Your average items per household is 3, 20 business days in a period. We'll skip the commission stuff for now because what we want to do is figure out exactly what they need to do to hit this number. If they're going to write 60 items, then they need to close 1 household per day, right? That's the simple math. There's 3 items per household. 1 item per day will get you to 60 in a 20-day period. But how do you get to that number, right? Well, if you're closing at 18%, you got to quote 6 households a day, 12 quotes, right? If you're not doing 12 quotes a day, this isn't going to happen. Ain't happening, right? If you do 3 quotes a day, you're going to write half. That's the math. So what we need to do is then show them. Typically, we make contact at about 20%. So 20, if we have 28 contacts, we'll be able to quote 6 of them. Well, how do you get that many contacts, right? It could be that you need to do this many dials. Now we're pessimistic about the number of dials to contacts. Right now it's about 10 to 1. You should be able to contact at a better ratio, but just being pessimistic, in order to get the 6 households quoted and just smiling and dialing all day, you need to make 278 dials. So if you're not making that kind of dialing, you're not doing that, you can't just throw in the towel and say, well, there's no way I'm going to do 278 dials, because mathematically it is 278 dials is what it takes to get to this number of quotes. Now, the dials go down if you have inbound activity, and that's what happens too. So you have to kind of make a judgment. But if somebody their only responsibility is to bring in business and they're smiling and dialing, this is what they'll have to do. Can't speak enough of how important it is to have some sort of forecasting so you know exactly what you need to do. So remember, this is a predictor. This is not a tracker. So there's other platforms and products out there that help with the other end of it, which is how many did you do? This is telling you how many you must do. So very important distinction. But your quote calculator is something that folks go to all the time. So you have an idea, as you're poking around inside the vaults, you'll also notice that it's up along the top. So quote and activity calculator, anytime you're in any of the vaults, let's say you're in hiring vault, which you'll be in tomorrow, we're gonna be rolling in hiring vault tomorrow, but what you'll see is your quote calculator is right up at the top. So it's always present and always accessible. And as a member, you have unlimited use of the quote calculator. So we will see you tomorrow. Congratulations on finishing week 1. If you haven't posted your goal, put it in the group. Hold yourself accountable. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. The worst that can happen is you miss, and no big deal, right? Nobody's going to attack you. But if you hit it, you're going to feel good about it. You're going to come back and you're actually going to post again. I beat my goal. So go for it. You guys can do this. We'll see you tomorrow for week 2.